Welcome back to the channel, guys, and yeah, it is back to Scotland again. Just got back about 3 days ago and I'm back to Edinburgh. So it's a bit difficult to get cars around here, around the London area. They're just going so expensive. Auction prices are going totally through the roof at the moment. So yeah, I'm having to go a bit further out. It obviously was about a 7-hour drive again to get there, so I couldn't really take anyone. Yeah, it's taken a flight and hopefully can drive it back. With the damage, it just looked like the bumper was cracked and the grille and a little dent in the bonnet. Hopefully I can get that repaired. But yeah, I have ordered a replacement bumper and grille. Hopefully I can just get those fitted and then just send it to the body shop for the respray of the bumper. It wasn't in colour, it was in black. But yeah, just hoping I can drive it back really. So it was about an hour flight there. London Luton to Edinburgh, and then about 7 to 8 hour drive back. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. This should be a bit easier than the last project I did in Scotland. That one had a bent track rod, so I had to obviously replace that and then try and drive it back. But yeah, we'll head off to London Luton and get a flight and then take it from there. But other than the front, there wasn't much other damage on the back. So yeah, off to London Luton, and then we'll meet you there. As you can see, we are at London Luton Airport. On a bit of a mission today, back to Scotland, heading to East Kilbride today. It's about a 7-hour drive away, so taking the plane instead is about an hour flight and then about an hour in an Uber. So it's 7:30 in the morning at the moment, Wednesday the 15th of Jan, and should get to Copart in East Kilbride by around 11 AM, and I've got my appointment for 12 PM. I've added a photo of the car already, as you probably saw. There's just a dent in the bonnet and a slight crack in the bumper and the grille, so it should be drivable. If Copart says it runs and drives, then it should run and drive. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I haven't got any suitcases with me this time because the car looked okay. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and then I'll meet you in Scotland. Well guys, here we go, it's that moment. Yeah, we're just about to take off on the runway and hopefully it goes well. Get really nervous on takeoffs and landings as well. But yeah, we're just about to lift off, V1, V2 and then rotate. So up we go and hopefully it goes well. It is really foggy outside. I don't know how the pilot can see anything, obviously flying on instruments and all of that. But yeah, hopefully it goes well, and fingers crossed we land safely in Edinburgh. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes, so yeah, we'll hopefully once we land, and then I'll meet you on the other side. Just landed in Edinburgh. So we'll head out to arrivals, get an Uber booked, and then yeah, 1 hour car drive to Copart, Whitburn. Sorry, East Kilbride. So just arrived at Copart, East Kilbride, or Kilbride, however you say it. Mark has arrived on the Copart transport app, and yeah, just waiting for the car to come out now. I had a 12 o'clock appointment, but managed to get it for 11. So landed at 10. Edinburgh got here, and Glasgow within the hour at 11. So yeah, changed the appointment to 11. Yeah, so just waiting for the car to come out, and then once it's out, and then give you guys an update. So yeah, got the car here, guys. Sorry I couldn't record full video of the walk around. Just had to let the Uber driver go and then kind of save my battery for the return journey. But yeah, it was just the damage that we saw in the photos and on the front. There was a little bit more damage, but I'll probably show you when I get back. So yeah, it was an 8-hour drive back. Went really smoothly, no issues. Car drove really nice, and it started on the button there as well. So yeah, just started up, put the number plates on, and headed back. Alright guys, just made it back from Glasgow. It's 8 p.m. In the evening. It was 12 o'clock when I left, 12 in the afternoon, and I was a full 8-hour slog. I did about 5 hours, and then uh, I had to stop off in Wolverhampton because there was a bit of damage here on the crash bar that you can see, slightly bent inwards. So I didn't see that on the Copart photos. Yeah, so I just picked up a crash bar on the way back from Wolverhampton. It was not too dear. I was on the way back, so saved waiting for delivery. But yeah, when I picked the car up, it was just literally just put the number plate on and then drove back. The bumper was pretty much intact, other than obviously the crack down the middle that you can see here. And then obviously there's a dent in the bonnet as well. But yeah, it's quite dark now, so no point me going around. So yeah, it's not over yet. Need to get the bumper off, and get the grill off, and then get a new bumper, or get the crash bar off as well. Change that, then change the bumper, and then the grill, and then we'll send the car to the body shop, so they can either repair the bonnet or get it replaced. But it's aluminium, so it's not like solid. It's quite flimsy, so they should be able to pull that out. But yeah, otherwise we'll do a walk around of the car tomorrow during the day, or when the car's back from the body shop. But otherwise, yeah, the car drove really well. For 8 hours, lovely drive. Nothing went wrong, no knocks, bangs, or any other sounds. Yeah, so we'll get the bumpers off, or sorry, the bumper, crash bar, grill off, and get those changed over, and then yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Yeah, so these were the parts that I got. Bumper was from BCP Automotive. It was around £80 for a full bumper or the cash guy. They put your reg in and they'll match it to your car. So that was quite decent. Got the grill here from Trent Recycling Limited, Charles Trent. They were quite good. Both deliveries literally came in within about 2 to 3 working days. And then yeah, got the crash bar here as well. Just picked this up for collection on the way back. So it was all pretty decent, all 3 parts, not too dear. And then yeah, all ready to put on. Alright guys, so I've got the new bumper here. It's in black, primed. So because we're fitting it and then giving it to the body shop, I'm just gonna got the colour match here, grey Nissan CAD. So what I'll do is I'll just paint the edges, these bits that won't be painted or won't be able to be painted if it's on the car, because they'll be hidden. Yeah, so I'll paint these bits, and then I'll fit the bumper, so it'll be easier for the body shop guys to do that outside. So yeah, once I get this painted, and then let it dry. In the meantime, I'll get the other bumper off, and the crash bar and the grill, and then we'll get that changed over. Here's the old bumper. Just thought I'd just do a bit of a close-up in the light. You can see where it was cracked from, just along there, and then you've got a further one up where the number plate usually goes, just behind there, and that goes all the way up through here to there. Yeah, so this bumper was no good, so I've taken that off, and got the new one fitted. New one's just in black, both sides black. This will stay black on the new one. It's in plastic colour, and yeah, we'll get the top part painted on the new one, and yeah, it should be good to go. I had to remove the fog light covers and then the fog lamps, and then the parking sensors. Pretty easy, just clips and 1 or 2 screws in there. I've taken the tow eye cover off, put it onto a new one, and yeah, that was about it. So they're not too difficult to get off. But yeah, so that's the old one. This will go in for recycling now in the bin. And then, yeah, once the new one's been painted, we'll see you then. Welcome back. Just picked the car up a few days ago. This one was the bonnet that was damaged, so that's been repaired. It is a bit dark, so it's not the best of time to record it, but I just haven't had time with work and everything else that's going on. Yeah, so you've got the bonnet that was repaired. There's a little dent there that they managed to fix. Got that resprayed. The grill has got a brand new used grill, so that's been changed. That's pretty easy, it just clips in. And then there's a little clip for the camera that's on the bottom there. And then yeah, I fitted the bumper, so I had a new bumper. It was in black, got that resprayed as well, because the old one was like cracked down the middle. And I got the number plate fitted. They've put black screws in, so I'll change those to white ones, so it looks a bit cleaner. And then that's that for the front. So yeah, they did a pretty decent job. It has been raining, so yeah, it's not clean at the moment, but yeah, it's pretty decent. You can't really tell anymore that the bumper was changed. It's really nice match with the original colour. You can't tell that it's a different colour. Bonnet matches as well. So yeah, apart from that, there's not much else left to do with the car. I got the tyres changed on it, so it's got like 4 new used tyres. Got like 5.5 mil of tread on those, so they're pretty chunky. And because of the tyres, need to do a wheel alignment, so that's one of the last thing that's left on this one. Wheel alignment, and also the alloys. Yeah, so you can see here is the diamond cut alloys, but the clear lacquer, so it's painted like with a clear lacquer, which is a protective coating. It corrodes just underneath for some reason. I don't know why, but it's really common on these. So you can see how horrible that looks, even though it's not been, there's a slight scuff there, but yeah, it's just the corrosion just makes it look really bad. So I need to refurbish these, and if you get it done professionally by a body shop or a wheel refurb company, there it's around 150 per diamond cut alloy. Trade price is about £100, so if I was to get all 4 done, it'll be about 400, which is just something I can't afford at the moment. So I'm looking to these myself. That's the back one, so you can see how bad that looks. It just looks horrible. I think on the other side it's not too bad. Yeah, this one's not too bad, but there is some on the top there. So yeah, that doesn't look great. And then around this side, yeah, there's one on that alloy as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these 4 wheels off, probably do 2 at a time. So get the jack under there, get a axle stand as well. I'll get 2 wheels off, do 2 at a time, and then yeah, get those refurbed and then back on. And then yeah, just the tracking left, so hopefully it should be ready within another day or so. And then we'll get some photos taken and put it up for sale, and hopefully get this one out the door. But yeah, I'll probably show you guys how I refurbish these alloys. It's not going to be obviously a professional body shop type job, but it will be like nice enough that they look decent, and obviously it will save me £400, so then it will save the buyer £400, because they'll get a cheaper car. At the moment obviously everybody's struggling, so yeah, so I'll get those off and then show you how to refurbish alloys at home. So I managed to get the wheel off. I don't know who bolted this in, but that was bloody rock solid. They totally torqued the shit out of that. So that was I had to stand on it with about 83.5 kilos of weight and it just about unbolted these bolts. Absolutely solid in there. Used a bit of WD-40 to loosen them up. But yeah, so that's the alloy off. So you just need a orbital sander. You don't want to be doing it by hand. Just take a bit too long. Yeah, so this was off Amazon, Doberman. It was about £35. Has these holes in it, so when you're sanding with the sanding discs that also have holes in them, most of the dust goes in there and into this little container here, and you can throw it away. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be getting dust everywhere and then breathing that in. So yeah, there's an orbital sander, about £35 off Amazon. And then you got the sanding discs. I got these separately. That go on there. They're the same circumference, so they fit on pretty sweet. I'll start off with a P40. So it's pretty rough, that is. So that hopefully should get well, it should get rid of the top coating of clear lacquer and get down to the metal. You can sort of like sand inwards or outwards depending which way you want the pattern, but usually it's like the same thing. So yeah, I'll start off with P40, then 80, then 120, then 240, and then 400. You can get like in between like P60 and then maybe like 180, and then 320 or something. But yeah, I'll just use these 5 because I've got to do all 4, and yeah, I don't want to be here forever. So yeah, start off with P40, try and get rid of most of the clear lacquer on this, and then yeah, and then we'll just fine it down with the rest of them, and then see how it goes. I might just do these two because these ones look okay. So you can see they have like a rainbow shine to it. So it is a bit dirty at the moment. I don't know if you can see that, but they have sort of a nice rainbowy colour in it as well, which you won't get if you do it with if you do it by itself. But yeah, so we'll sand it down, and then we'll give it a wash, get rid of all the dirt, and then use a bit of flawless clear lacquer on it. It's a gloss, so yeah, it should give it a nice finish, and it's quite durable and good protection apparently. This was about £10 each, so 2 bottles about £20 on Amazon. So yeah, that's all you really need. About £35 for the orbital sander, about £10 for the sanding disc, and about a tenner for a bottle of clear coat. And then you can probably use that on about 1 bottle per like 2 to 3 alloys. So where it's costing £400 professionally, you can probably do it by yourself within about 45 to 55 pounds. But then obviously you can reuse the sand on other alloys, or you can do it again in the future because these always get corroded every couple of years or so, especially if like close to beachy areas. But yeah, I'll crack on with that. Enough waffling, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that's the P40 done, the harshest grit, and you can see it's pretty much ripped that clear lacquer off the top. It's brought it down to the metal. I only decided to do 2 of these because the other 3 were okay, and obviously they're like showroom finish from the dealer, so I wanted to leave it as it is. Tried to make like a little blend line here where it will just kind of blend in, and on this side as well, just there. So yeah, so now that it's down to the metal, what I'll do is I'll use 40 grit. Now I'll use we'll do 80, 120, 240, and then 400, which will just like smooth it, make it smooth, smoothing it out. We'll just make it smoother, and then it will actually look quite nice at 400 grit. look like it's actually already been painted. But then yeah, once 400 grit's done, then we'll wash it, clean it, and obviously do the clear lacquer. But yeah, so get back on it, do the rest of the full grits, and then get ready for its wash clean. Alright, so that's the 2 spokes done on the alloy. Started with 40, ended with 400 grit, and yeah, so it's not actually sanding the metal down, it's just sanding the clear coat, just a layer of paint on top. So you can obviously get these refurbished afterwards if you do like scuff the metal. So like you can see here, the metal's slightly scuffed there, so in the future you can still like get them refurbished where they'll sand the metal down. Well, I'm just sanding the paint down, so the clear coat, so clear paint for protection and gloss shine. But yeah, anyways, you can see how nice they're looking already. It's just they are a bit more silvery than those, look a bit more yellowy, but that's only because those sides are quite dirty. So once they've been washed and cleaned, it should look quite similar in colour. And then obviously we're going to paint these with clear coat, which is there, and then they should look kind of the same. Obviously it won't be perfect showroom finish, but it will be like nice enough that it won't look as horrible as before. Kind of had a blend line there, so a little line there that will kind of blend in, and then on this side it's slightly bigger. Not better than that one, but yeah, it is what it is. So at least it'll look nice. I mean, kind of like from far away, once it's all painted, it will look good. Yeah, so I'll get that washed down, and then we'll get ready for paint. Oh, as you can see already, just washed it, dried it off. How nice that's already looking. So can you guess which spokes were sanded down? Probably can. It was just these 2, but you can see already how close they are matched with other ones, and they haven't even been painted yet to make them extra shiny, give it that extra bit of gloss. But yeah, so I've sanded those down, P40 to 400 grit, and then just washed it. That's all I did. So you can do this at home, it's not difficult. Obviously you needed like a jack and wrench to get your wheel off, an axle stand to hold the car up for emergency, and then obviously orbital sander, some sanding disc, and then obviously just someone to just wash and clean it. But yeah, so it's not difficult. Obviously don't take what I do as a video or tutorial on how to do it, because I'm not a professional body shop, just trying to save a bit of money, which probably most people are trying to do anyways. But yeah, it's an easy way to do it. So yeah, we'll just get this dry now, so you can probably use a heat gun or a hairdryer. If you don't have that, just use a hairdryer just to warm it up, get rid of the rest of the water, and then yeah, just make it a bit warm, get it ready for paint. So then we'll spray it down, and then yeah, and then that should be that. Alright, so that's ready to paint now. Just washed it, dried it. It's pretty dry, just give it a quick wipe with a microfiber cloth. And then yeah, just you can use any like playing cards or some sort of card or thick paper just to put it in the gaps around the tyre and the alloy, so you don't paint the alloy, because the clear coat will end up showing white on the tyre if you do get it on there. A bit hard to scrub off. But yeah, so when I washed it, you might have seen I used this Scotch pad, so it just scuffs it up a little bit, creates like minor little scratches that you can probably see there, which will help the paint to stick. So the clear coat will fill those scratches in, because those scratches are not gone down deep enough. They're just like in the clear coat itself. So when we do the clear coat, we'll do the full alloy. That's why I washed the full alloy. So then yeah, it'll get rid of those little minor scratches, and then hopefully should get looking good. Yeah, so we'll just get that sprayed and then get the next one done. It'll be the same process, so I probably won't record the next one because I'll just be repeating myself. I don't want to bore you guys, but yeah, so last step is just to paint it, then let it dry or in a hot environment or with a heat gun or hairdryer, because the weather's quite cold at the moment. It's January, so it's freezing outside, so you don't want to paint it and then put it straight on back onto the car, because then the paint might freeze and then start bubbling up or corroding a bit quicker than normal. Yeah, so we'll get that painted and then let it dry. Those of you eagle eye viewers might have noticed I took the Nissan badge out because don't need to paint that, it was fine. But yeah, the rest has all been scuffed up, so we'll get that painted. It's I don't know if it's 2K or 1K clear coat, but it's pretty strong, and you want to wear a mask when you're doing this. Just make sure you've got the area you're doing it in is well ventilated, because you don't want to be breathing this crap in. Won't do your lungs any good in your old age, unless you're really old, but yeah, as you get older it won't help. But yeah, so yeah, we'll get that painted. Enough waffling, and then on to the next one. Coat, you just want to do it just a little spray. Don't want to paint it too much or too thick, because you just want it to be like a little sticking layer, where the next coat, which will be heavier, it will stick to it. So this will be about 25 centimeters away. There's always instructions on the back, but yeah, give it a nice shake before you do this, and then yeah, just give it a light coating, a little sprinkle on the whole alloy, and then just let that settle, and then yeah, we'll do the next layer. So probably give it about 10 to 15 minutes to dry, and then on to the next layer. Alright guys, so it's been about 15 minutes, let that dry, the first coat. So we'll do the second coat now. A bit of dust there, get rid of that. Yeah, so this one you do a slightly heavier than the first one. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you can see I just focused more on the two spokes that I sanded down, because they'll need to be a bit more heavy than the rest. Otherwise, just do a light coating. So yeah, we'll let that dry for another 15 and then do one last heavier coat. So on to the final coat now. I mean, you can already see it's looking really nice. A lot better than before anyway. That's the main objective, just to get it looking nice and good enough to kind of sell. At least it'll look nice. You don't have to do these. I mean, the alloys, obviously, they do get scuffed over time. And it's a second-hand car. I think it's a 16 plate, so it's almost about 9 years old. So it's going to have wear and tear, but I like to make sure it's not just that the car's reliable, like service and MOT, but also looks nice as well. Well, as much as I can do anyway. So yeah, anyways, let's get the last coat on. So this will be the heaviest coat, heavier than the first two. You can probably do 4, but I think 3 is okay, because it was just the 2 spokes that I did. And you can already see that the scuffs from the Scotch pad have kind of gone. They kind of faded away. So you can't really see those marks anymore. There's a couple of little scratches, but that was there before. But from the scuff pad, they're all gone. So yeah, let's get the final coat on. And then after that, we'll heat dry it. So you can use it like a hairdryer, heat gun again, or put it near a heater, radiator. So yeah, we'll just heat dry it, let it cook a little bit, and then we'll get it back on the car. Normally when they do it professionally, they put it in an oven. Obviously not your standard home oven in the kitchen, but they have like a big oven for alloys. But obviously we don't have that, so we just use like a hairdryer. I'm just going to put it next to a radiator, so that will heat it up a little bit. But yeah, so let's get the final coat on, and then that will be this one done. Alright, so we'll let that dry for about 15 minutes and then we'll get it heated up and then on to the next one. So there you go, that's all done. It looks a lot better than it was before. Obviously you would have seen it on the video how bad it was. It's fully corroded. But yeah, I mean, it does the job. It's not brand new, but at least it's more pleasing on the eyes this way. And yeah, because it's not a cheap car either. Normally like go for like 5, 6, 7,000 depending on what year it is. I think this is a 16 plate, it's normally around 6,000. So yeah, spending 6 grand on a car, obviously you want at least the wheels to look nice as well, if the bodywork's in good condition. But yeah, so that's done. We'll get that back on the car, and then hopefully get some photos taken, and then get it up for sale. But yeah, so that's that done. I'll finish the rest of them and then pack up, and then yeah, last thing is just get wheel alignment, and then obviously the photos, get wash clean photos, and then put it up, and then out the door, and then hopefully on to the next one. But yeah, until then, see you in a bit. Alright guys, so just come to fit and go, tyres in Watford. Last thing left was on the car, was a wheel tracking, wheel alignment. It was only slightly off, but I'd rather get it done than not. It was only about £40 trade price, so yeah, we'll get the wheel alignment done on the front wheels, and then what's left after that is just be wash clean photos, and then it will get up for sale. So yeah, let's get that done, and then on to the last step, hopefully. Finally guys, it is done the wash clean and photos after the wheel alignment, and look how nice it came out. So you can see the new bumper grille there and the bonnet, how nice it's looking. It's another grey Qashqai, so yeah, they do come out nice in the photos. This one took about a week and 2 days I think, but I wasn't working on the car fully in those times. Literally just went to Scotland, picked it up, brought it back same day, just changed the bumper and the grille and the crash bar, and then dropped it off to the body shop. I think they took about 4 days, and then collected it, got an MOT done, service, obviously did the alloys and tracking, and got it wash clean, and then yeah, just put it up for sale. It was a really nice car. I think this one was only on 60,000 miles, and only had the one owner from new as well, so it's been well looked after. It was really clean on the inside and outside, and yeah, it'll be a good car for somebody. Obviously the Qashqai is a 5 doors, quite spacious, so they're great family cars, and this one was grey as well, so it's popular with the customers. And yeah, you can see here again the panoramic sunroof, how spacious it makes it look. I try and get the higher spec ones. Obviously you've got the Tecna, which is one above the end connector, so you get the extra leather seats, heat seats as well. Well, the end connector is pretty decent. It's got all the bits and bobs. But yeah, until then, that's all done, and we'll see you soon on the next one.